bring together men and women on a melanated minds journey to embrace self-love and empowerment through understanding and taking care of their mind, body, and soul. Melanated Minds is an exclusive community that uplifts and supports one another. The network made for us. Join the Melanated Minds Network today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Melanated Minds Network Live. My name is Shakita Davis. Hoping you all can hear me. You know, we all love engagement here. So if you can hear me, please comment 1 in the comment area. I want to make sure you all can hear me. I want to make sure my Wi-Fi connection is up to par. So please comment the number 1 in the comment box if you can hear me. Also share where you're tuning in from. I'm here in Houston, Texas, where the weather is bipolar, but right now we have a cool breeze and I am loving it, not complaining. Tomorrow there's expected rain, and I'm sure Sunday will be sunny suns and sunshine. So again, welcome to the Melanated Minds Network. Again, my name is Shakita Davis out of the Houston market. I am a founder ambassador of the Melanated Mind Network, and today we are ending the month with Financial Literacy Month with the one and only Miss Toni Sanders. I had the opportunity to meet Miss Sanders via Facebook. And you know what? I have to say, Facebook is an awesome platform if you use it correctly. You never know who you are going to get in contact with. You never know who lives that you're going to change. And again, I use Facebook for a networking tool and to keep up with family or friends, and to be a part of this amazing platform hosted and created by Dr. Shamara Hutchins out of Cleveland, Ohio. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring forth Miss Toni Sanders to the stage. And this is her first time on the Melanated Minds Network. So welcome, Miss Sanders. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me, Shakita. You know what? First of all, the intro was all of that and a bag of chips. Okay. I absolutely loved it. Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. You know, I'm getting better because I'm always rushing because I hate public speaking. I should say hate is such a strong word, but dislike. But I'm starting to grow into it and just know that I have to be myself and just enjoy the moment because we're here for fun. We're here for fun, to educate, and just to love on one another.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I definitely want to let the audience know who we have in front of us, which is Toni Sanders. She is a certified financial educational instructor, a licensed financial professional, registered Social Security analyst. She has a background of over 28 years as a business owner, 8 years in the financial service industry, and she is on here tonight to share with us what does it mean to keep your money intact. Miss
Oh,
Sanders, take it away.
I absolutely love it. So first of all, you know what? Today is my birthday, y'all. So I'm getting
I
old.
forgot to, that was the first thing on my thought was to say happy birthday.
It's the gray hair that gives it away for me. Hey, but you know what? This is actually my 10th year in the financial service industry. And I absolutely love it. And I can remember, you know, us meeting and talking. You're absolutely right. This is an amazing platform for people to use, you know, just for networking and, you know, just really meeting some people, some like-minded people. And really to really get the education and find out what everybody else learns. I was just having a conversation with someone the other day, just a little sidebar for those who are listening. Look, network, okay? You need to be networking with people. That doesn't mean get their contact information and never utilize their services or even never even talk to them to see how, you know, you can come together and collaborate. There's no need to compete. All we got to do is collaborate. There's plenty of room at the top. There's nothing but air and opportunity. So we have to take advantage of that. So again, thank you so much for having me on the platform. You know, anytime that I can come on and share my experience, share what I know with others, I'm always willing to do it.
Yes, awesome. We definitely appreciate it, especially with you celebrating your birthday evening with us. You could be doing something else in the world, spending time with your family or friends, but yet you are here serving. So what a great gift to give back. However, I do want to ask you a question, and I just want you to share with us your journey from being, and I read your bio here. So your journey from being one of 4 children born to a young mother, also becoming a successful business owner, a financial professional, and then how did you find your way into the industry to help individuals with their finances?
Oh my goodness, I love telling that story. So, of course, I'm from Akron, Ohio. So when you said that one of the founders was from Cleveland, I'm like, okay, that's my home girl. What's up, home girl? And so I'm really, moving from Ohio, to Texas was a big move for us. And I moved here when I was 12. But let me tell you something. I'm so glad that my mother did that. I'm so glad that she's had the vision and to be able to say, you know what, this is not the right place for my children. I need to get out of this small town, and so that my kids can do something different. And so how I got into the industry was I was a hairstylist. I owned and operated 2 salons, a day spa and a boutique, for more than 20 years. I absolutely love what I did. I love being a stylist. I love helping my clients, making them feel good and look good. But there was always something missing. And so someone actually came to me one day and they said, you know what, Toni, I think you should be an insurance agent. And I was like, are you kidding? Because I never heard that before. I was like, an insurance agent. I said, wow. And so I'll look into it. I kid you not. The very next weekend, someone else came to me with an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, never say no to an opportunity, because you never know where it might lead you. With that being said, she showed me a picture. She just simply shared a picture of someone. And I actually knew the lady that was on the picture. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, tell me what you're doing. I want to know. So she came over to my house. She told me what she was doing. I was so intrigued. I wanted to know more. I wanted to be a part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, the rest is history. The lady who told me about the opportunity, she didn't even sign up, but I did move forward. And I'm so happy that I did. And here I am now 10 years later as a resource in our community to teach people about money and how money works. Now you may say, well, Toni, how did you learn about that? Well, I just had an open mind and an open heart to be able to receive it, so that I not only could I know, but I wanted my family, my friends, and my entire community to know about money and how money works. And so moving forward, here I am. I just fell in love with the idea of the education. I fell in love with the idea of helping people to become financially free, financially independent. I fell in love with the idea of leaving generational wealth and breaking these generational curses. See, the Bible says that we should leave a legacy of generational wealth to our children's children. But can we start with the first generation first? My colleague always says that we should leave blessings and not burdens. And I always say we should leave wills and not bills. But before we can do that, we have to learn. We have to learn the education so that we'll know what to do. See, knowledge is power, but it's the application of knowledge which is even more powerful. A lot of people go to college and they're highly educated. They're professionally successful, but they're financially illiterate. So that's what I advocate for. I advocate for people to be financially free and financially independent. But before we can get there, it's a process. So I want you to be educated. I want you to learn. So I don't know if she has any more questions. Shakita, do you have any questions? Because I want to jump right into it. I want to tell people, about the National Campaign for Financial Literacy and how it's not only changed my life, but how we can change their life too. See here, this right here, if you can see this is our 30 by 30. It's a national campaign, not just in the United States, because financial illiteracy is not just a problem in United States, ladies and gentlemen. This is a global problem. Everybody needs to learn about money. I don't care if you have $50 or $50 million. We're all in trouble. As you see here, let me see what side. I have my button right here. This is my financial literacy button. I wear this everywhere I go. When I put on my earrings, I put on my glasses, I'm going to put on my button, because I want people to know that there are resources available. See, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of resources available to people who look like us, people of, color, people, brown and Black community. It just was not available. But now the resources are available. Do you know that on our National Campaign for Financial Literacy, not only do we share financial education during the month of April, ladies and gentlemen, but we share financial education 365 days a year. You can take a class, you can take a workshop, you can talk to a financial professional to help you get your finances in order. See, we're not here to sell you anything. We're here to serve your needs. We're here to equip you and empower you to make better financial decisions. We're here to help you and your family, because who else is doing that? When is the last time somebody came to you and said, hey, I just want to show you and teach you about money and how money works? It just doesn't happen. It does not happen in our community, but you have to have the concepts to be able to make better financial decisions. Most of us are making decisions based on what's at the water cooler, what somebody said, or maybe from the barbecue or the family reunion, what Uncle Joe and them told you. But they're so outdated. Think about it like a cell phone. Your cell phone, my husband said my phone is outdated and I'm on iPhone 11, but he said, baby, you need to upgrade your phone because it's outdated. But some of y'all's, financial products and services and your mindset is outdated as well. Well, Toni, what do you mean by that? You have to get educated because it's constantly changing. Parents, I want to talk to my parents for a minute. Parents, how can you teach your children something that you don't know? Now, I might step on some of your toes tonight, but it's okay. It's coming from a place of love. I always tell my child, look, I love you. The reason I keep getting on you and staying on you, because I love you. And if I didn't love you, I would not be here tonight. I wouldn't be here sharing this information. But I want us all to win. If you wanted to win, if you knew what to do to win, would you not win? Of course you would. So I want to get into it. These are some of the workshops that we offer. Increasing cash flow. How many people want to increase their cash flow and control your debt? Create an emergency fund. See, when the pandemic happened, most people were caught off guard. They did not have an emergency plan, but that was an opportunity for all of us to hit that reset button and say, you know what? I need to do a reset. I need to do this all over again so I can get my finances in order. How about proper protection? Yeah, I'm going to always advocate for life insurance, but for proper protection. Because if you do not have it, again, how are you going to leave your family? Are you going to leave them in a good way or are you going to leave them in a bad way? Let's talk about asset accumulations. I know everybody's talking about crypto and all this other stuff, but can you learn the basic informations first so that you can know if you're winning or if you're losing in the money game? Let's talk about this. How many college-bound kids out there? How many parents want to send their kids to college? Do you know that college has surpassed credit card and automobile debt? Man, we've got to change that. See, the resources are available, but you have to be able to talk to the right people. How about retirement planning? Do you know that most people will not be able to retire? I do this really quick little, game that I do. It's not really a game, but it's just a little scenario that I do. And I ask people, pull out your cell phones. Tell me during retirement, how much money you think is going to cost you to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. And if you're a foodie like me, I'm like, ooh, it's going to cost me a lot of money, but I need you to do this, right? Because I want to see if you're on track to retire. And this is just to eat. See, the average person will spend about 22 years in retirement. Your job will not be able to retire you. So you're going to have to supplement. And you're saying, well, Toni, what do you mean that they're not going to be able to retire me? Look, do you think that one particular job is going to be enough for you to retire? Do you think taxes are going up? How about inflation? Inflation, it fluctuates, but where would it be when it's time for you to retire? Man, in the workshops, you can take your health and your wealth, estate preservation. If you're under the sound of my voice right now, if you just put something in the link or you just send me a little DM, hey, Toni, happy birthday to you. But look, everybody needs a will. Your last will and testament. If you're a homeowner, I recommend that you have a trust. But by minimum standards, please have a will in place. I am more than willing. Disclosure, I am not an estate planning attorney, but I do have software that I can do your last will and testament absolutely complimentary. Just say, hey, Toni, can you help me? Tell me happy birthday and I'm going to do it for you for free. But let me tell you something. We've got to change our mindset. I'm so loving the Melanated Mind Network. Let me tell you why. It's all here. We've got to make some better decisions so that we can do some better things. We've got to change the narrative in our community so that we can bridge the wealth gap between those who have and those who don't have. And what I see is a big part of it is education. We must be able to bridge the wealth gap when it comes to financial education, financial literacy, making better decisions. We need to start leaving some, distribution in our assets. Because other communities, they're leaving something to the next generation, where in our community, we're starting all over. Every generation, we start all over. We cannot continue to start all over, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, we need to build upon it. Can we build upon it? Can we leave something to the next generation and leave something? Look, let me tell you something. I want everybody under the sound of my voice to really be like the Rockefellers. And yes, you can do it, but you got to know how. We go to work every day, but we don't know how to make our money work for us. So I'm going to share some concepts. So Shakita gave me the floor. So I hope it's okay with you guys. Look, I'm going to share some concepts. This is called Saving Your Future. It's just about 88 pages of the basic principles of financial education. I want you to take our workshops. Our workshops are Monday through Friday. Let me tell you, you can take them at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. You can take them at 7 o'clock at night, Central Standard Time, at 9 o'clock at night, Central Standard Time. If those times are not convenient, say, Toni, those times aren't convenient for me, and I will do them for you one-on-one. I will do them for your organization. I will do them for your church, anybody. You put a group of your family, get your family together. Let's start changing our mindset and start getting educated. Let's start planning for our futures and stop planning for the weekend. Now, I want to share some concepts out of here. So if you got your pen and paper, I want you to get it ready, okay? Because I'm going to give you some things that's going to change your life, some things that you can implement. See, knowledge is power, but it's the implementation of knowledge which is even more powerful. You have to know exactly where you're going and where to start so you'll know exactly what to do. When I came across this information, ladies and gentlemen, I was like some of you. I was making a lot of money, but I didn't know about money. As she told you in the beginning in my bio, my mother was young. She had 4 kids. She was trying to keep food on the table, a roof over our head, clothes on our back. We didn't talk about, retirement planning. We didn't talk about, building wealth. We didn't talk about the things that we are talking about today. So generational curses are being broken, but there's still work to do. Because do you know that they're saying that the brown and black community will be broke in 2 decades? And I rebuke that. It's all about education. It's all about implementation and what we're going to do. So let me share some things out of here. Now, we're in Canada as well. So if you got friends in Canada, I have friends in Canada. I can help your friends in Canada as well. But listen to this. It says in the United States, 79% of Americans, they feel financial stress. If that's not you, I bet you it's somebody that you know. Let's talk about this. More than half of the people live paycheck to paycheck. Come on now, we go to work every single day. And you mean to tell me we're living paycheck to paycheck? What about this? 62% of Americans carry credit card debt. 37% have already maxed out their credit cards. And 27% do not pay their bills on time. See, this is a real problem. Isn't it ironic that we live in the wealthiest country in the world, yet many people have money problems? We can work hard all of our lives, but we still retire poor. We do so much to raise our kids just to see our kids finish college with a lot of debt, and debt becomes a way of life. It changes today. Today, your life can change just by having an open mind and then changing the way you think and then putting some action behind it. See, if I come on here tonight and I just share with you 15, 20, 25 minutes, that's nothing but information. Information is not going to change your life. What will change your life if you take what I'm saying and you apply it to your life? How many people do you know that need to hear this information? Well, everybody needs to hear the information, but you have to know the concepts. You have to know the concepts, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love this book. So, hey, reach out to me and I'm going to give you your copy. Let's talk about the old retirement stool. So think about it like a stool, like a chair. See, the old retirement stool was you would have company pensions, personal savings, Social Security. The biggest question people ask me is, Toni, is Social Security going to be around when I take my Social Security? Maybe, maybe not. But the Social Security tells you, do not use this as your only means for retirement. Make sure that you use this as a supplement to what you're doing. Are you aware that only 40% of Americans have $400 saved for an emergency? So you mean to tell me if something happens, what are we going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We have to do better. It's not about, just showing up for fake book. Yeah, I said it, fake book. You can't just show up and just, put it out there, laying everything on the table. Numbers don't lie, people do. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to retire? Are you prepared to send your kids to college? What about if something happens in the next 2 months? Are you prepared? If you can never work again, because people always think I'm talking about death. I'm not talking about if you die. I'm talking about if you live and you have a heart attack, stroke, or cancer, what are you going to do when you can't go to work? Those are the things I'm trying to help my people with. Those are the things that we need to know about. It's not about death. One thing is for certain, and two things are for sure. You're going to die and you're always going to pay taxes. So I just want you guys to know this information so that you can change your life. It's changed my life. Let me tell you something. I want to teach you about the financial foundation. I absolutely love this concept. It's exactly what I do. Think about it like a house. Just like building a house, you build it from the ground up. Every house is built on a solid foundation. So if you think about your financial foundation, look at it like this. You got to have protection. Protection against your life, health, and disability, right? If you lose your income, ladies and gentlemen, what happens? What about your health? Protect your health, the ability to be healthy enough to go out and make money. And how about your debt? Control your debt. Live on 70% of your income. The other 30%, I want you to give, save, and invest. Stop living on 110%. Stop spending everything that you make. Save for your future. How about this emergency fund? You have to at least have 3 to 6 months for emergencies. So if anything should happen, at least you have something. Right now, I'm telling my clients, look, you really need to have a year. The pandemic lasted more than 6 months. So many people were ill prepared. You have to have an emergency fund. If we have kids, you have a house, you have a car, let me tell you something always going to happen. And something always happens. Life happens, right? Or look, like the young people say today, life be lifing. But you can fix that. Let's talk about the roof of the house. That's the investments. Everybody wants to jump on the roof of the house. But have you ever seen a house that was built with the roof on first? Never have you seen that. So we have to be able to build up our financial foundation the correct way. Proper protection, debt management, emergency fund, and then the roof of the house, that's going to be your investments. That's how you make your money make money for you. See, a lot of times I see you guys on social media and you say, oh, I'm making money while I sleep. Oh, really? Show me. Tell me what you're doing. Let me see. Let me see what you're doing. Everybody says, oh, I'm good. But how do you really know that you're good? Have you sat down with someone and allowed them to take a deeper dive into your finances? See, when you're sick, you go to the doctor. When you have a toothache, you go to the dentist. But see, when you have a problem with your money, you come see Toni Sanders. You have to understand. You have to be educated so that you can make some better financial decisions. We're not making the best decisions, but we can change that. We could really change that just by changing our mindset, being open-hearted, and being willing to learn to change the narrative. That's it. That's all it takes is a willing participant in this thing we call the money game. Let me tell you something. I love this one right here. I want you to pay yourself. Pay yourself first. Can you pay yourself $10 a day or even $20 a day? Think about it. How much did you spend at lunch today? Most people are spending that kind of money for lunch. Did you know that if you save $10 a day, that's $300 a month? And at 8% over 30 years, that's almost $500,000. If you save $20 a day at 8% over the next 20 years, that's almost $1 million. But I know what you're thinking. Well, Toni, where can I get that interest? No worries. Sit down. Let me share some options with you because we must know our options. Most people don't know, are not aware of their options. There's 3 buckets I need you to understand, and we're going to get into it. You cannot leave here without grabbing some kind of nugget that can help you change your finances and turn this thing around. Let me tell you something. You got to have a budget. A budget is not restrictive. It's just giving your dollars an assignment. Write it down. I'm kind of old school. You can write it down. You need help doing a budget? Reach out. But you have to have a budget. You have to tell those dollars what to do. Stop living on 110% and act your wage. Live on 70% of your income. The other 30%, I want you to give, save, and invest. Can you do that for me? Absolutely. See, Melanated Minds, we've got to change this thing around. We've got to do some things that we never thought we had to do. Now is the time. Let me tell you something about the rule of 72. I love this formula. It's a mathematical formula. It just takes the number 72, you divide it by the interest rate, and the answer tells you how long it's going to take for your money to double. Let me tell you something. Write this one down for real. 72 divided by the interest rate will tell you how long it takes for your money to double. So let's just do a little game here. Let's say I'm just a wealthy woman and I'm going to give everybody on this call $10,000. You're going to put it into your savings account. We know that the savings account pays you less than 0.5%, but just for illustration purposes, let's say they paid you 1%. Let's do some math. 72 divided by 1, It's 72 years. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have 72 years to wait and have my money double. I'm gonna be out of here. What about you? And I think about a young child, think about a newborn baby. In order for that money to double, they'll be 72 years old. They don't even have the time. So you have to put your money in a place where your money can double multiple times in your lifetime. But this also works against you. You want to know how? Credit cards. If you have all of that credit card debt and you're not paying it off, assuming that your credit card was 18% interest, every 4 years, your credit card is doubling. Stop paying the minimum and pay more towards your credit card so that we can get out of debt. I want you to take that money and pay yourself so you can receive interest instead of paying interest. You have to know these rules. I absolutely love this book. You got to get a copy of the Saving Your Future book. You got to be able to attend these workshops with me and get educated and be a part of our national campaign for financial literacy. We're changing lives. Why not change your life and your family's life and our community's lives? It is time, you guys. Let's talk about the 3 buckets because I love the 3 buckets. Remember when I told you about nothing is going to change taxes and we're going to die? Let me tell you something. This is what Benjamin Franklin says, okay? Nothing in the world is certain except death and taxes. You heard me. You make money, they tax you. You spend money, they tax you. You make money, you save money, they tax you. You die, they still tax you. You have to understand the taxation and how it works. Let me talk about the 3 buckets. It's tax now, tax later. I'm getting excited. Even my glasses is fogging up. So there's 3 buckets: tax now, tax later, and tax advantage. I like to call it tax never. Tax now, that's your checking, savings, CDs, stocks, and mutual funds. That is where you're going to be charged capital gains taxes. Bucket 2, tax later. It's just like student loans. You don't have to pay them now, but you got to pay them later. Okay, so that's your 401k, your 403b, your IRA, your SEP IRA, and your pension. The sad thing about it is most people don't even understand how their 401k or their retirement plan works. Get with your girl. I'll tell you exactly how it works. Is it working for you? Is it working against you? What do I need to do? Let's have that conversation. You do not own all the money. You share with 4 pots. The first pot you share with is the market. It goes up and go down. Would you all agree? Absolutely. You know the market goes up and down. Number 2, fees. Nobody manages your money for free. Then number 3, inflation. The money you save today does not have the same purchasing power as later. Everything is going up, ladies and gentlemen. Our pay is not going up to keep up with it, but it's going up. And then everybody on the call, Shakita, even me and you, we related. You want to know how? Uncle Sam. Because when we put our money into this bucket, we're telling Uncle Sam, don't take my taxes now. Take my taxes later. When I get ready to retire and I start taking my distributions, you can take my taxes then. But you don't know how much the taxes is going to be. Is that smart? I don't know. But we need to talk about it. Let's talk about the last bucket. That's tax never. I love the tax never bucket, right? Tax advantage. That's your Roth IRA, your municipal bonds, health savings accounts, long-term care, life insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, stop running away from life insurance. Just understand it and how it works and how it can fit into your portfolio. That's it. That's all you have to do is learn the different buckets. Reposition your money so that you can lower or minimize your taxes. Everybody can do it. We have to stop getting upset with other people when they take advantage of things that we don't know about. And we're not willing to sit down and learn and have the conversation so that we can do what's in the best for us and our families and our communities. We have to start doing that. Please start, being more open-minded and taking advantage of every opportunity. Never say no to an opportunity. You never know where it will lead you. I met with a young lady today and I was so proud of her. You know why? Because she said, you know what? I wanted to learn. I wanted to see exactly what it was about. And I'm so glad I did. Make the decision to change your life. Make the decision to change your family's life. This is National Financial Literacy Month. The government recognizes this only 1 month, but your girl recognizes it every single day. 12 months out of the year, we're doing financial education, financial literacy, trying to help people build and protect wealth for their families. This is what it's all about. It's not just about the month of April. It's about your birthday month too. It's about the legacy that you want to leave to your family. It's about you retiring with dignity and leaving the legacy of generational wealth. It's a no judgment zone. So wherever you are, no worries. We meet you exactly where you are. And by the way, did I tell you that it's absolutely complimentary? If you don't know what that means it's free. It takes you nothing but time. Give a little bit of your time. Give up your TV time. Give up your happy hour time to change you and your family's life. It will be the best decision that you ever made in your life. Now you can sit down and you can make an educated decision once you're equipped and empowered to do something for your community. Because it's just not about me, it's about everybody that look like me and beyond and beyond. But where my heart is I have to change and help my people. My people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. But the knowledge is here, but you won't even take an opportunity to sit down and have a conversation. So we've got to change our mindset. Wow, what a great name for a show, Melanated Mind Network. We got to change our mindset. That's what it's all about. Are you willing to have an open mind and an open heart to maybe learn something that you've never learned before? They're not even teaching this in elementary, middle school, high school, not even at the collegiate level. And if you're anything like me and your parents weren't able to teach you this, how do you learn? I said at the beginning, when is the last time somebody came to you and talked to you about money? Well, here I am with the National Campaign for Financial Literacy. I need to put 2 buttons because I don't know where exactly I'm supposed to be pointing. But let me tell you something. This is a life changer. This is a game changer for our community. It's all about education. It's all about what you're going to do to prepare and save your future. So I want you guys to get with me. Get this book. Join our workshops. Advocate for financial education. I can go on and share so many things with you about money and how money works. But I don't want to give it away. I want you to learn. I want you to reach out to me so that we can have those conversations. This should be an ongoing conversation, not just for Financial Literacy Month, but every single day we need to be learning something. I used to ask my daughter this before I close. What did you learn today? Every day you should be learning something. And my hope and my prayer for you today is that I've said something to get your attention, to say, you know what? I need to make a difference. I need to help me and my family become the biggest benefactor of this national campaign for financial literacy. I need to sit down with Toni and just have a conversation. No obligation. Just have a conversation. Let me see where you are. Let me help you fill in the holes in your gap, in your plan. Let's create a plan. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. And I don't want anybody to fail. Let me say this. If you reach out to me and you say you saw this on the Melanated Minds Network, I'm going to give you a complimentary will. I'm going to give you a complimentary needs analysis. I'm going to give you all the links and everything that you need to be a part and to learn this information. Do it for you, do it for your family, and let's do it for our community. Shakita, I'm going to take it back to you, and I'm super excited. You know, I get so hyped anytime that I have an opportunity to share education, especially with my people. I love my people. I advocate for my people on a daily basis to help them change their lives.
Yes, wonderful information. Thank you for taking the time out to share. First off, thank you. I want to give you your flowers. I know it's your birthday, but most importantly, you taking the initiative to learn for all people, but also to learn for our people and to help us and educate us. Because one, with it being Financial Literacy Month, you said something very profound. Financial literacy should be celebrated every day because why? We need money. We use money every day. Gas, food, lights, mortgage, rent. Money is a tool that we use every single day. So we should know how to make it work for us every single day. So thank you for sharing the great information. You all can follow Miss Toni Sanders on all platforms at Toni Sanders. Again, she did a wonderful job. What a way to close out Financial Literacy Month and on her birthday. So if you haven't told her happy birthday yet, you still have time. please tell her happy birthday. And again, Miss Sanders, we thank you for joining in on the Melanated Minds Network. We hope to have you again on here soon. And with that being said, you did a powerful closing, but I just want you to share one thing. What is one push you would tell someone who is on the fence of, I want to learn more, but I'm scared? Because some people are so comfortable in paycheck to paycheck that they don't think that their money can work for them if they make below, minimum wage, low class, middle class. What would you tell that individual who's watching today?
I would just say reach out. I don't care if you make $50 or $50 million, we're all in trouble. So let's just have that conversation and be transparent. I know a lot of times we're not where we want to be, and we're afraid to share that information, with other people. But we have to start getting the understanding and being able to trust and build relationships with people that can help us, right? And so don't be afraid. Just take the first step, and I'm going to meet you exactly where you are. And if you don't, next thing you know, we always call them clicks. Shakita, 20, 30,
Mm.
40, 50, 60. And next thing you know, you're like, what happened to the time? And the time goes by. And so I don't want anybody under the sound of my voice not to have the opportunity to speak with a financial professional. Some people are thinking perhaps, oh, I don't have enough. I don't care where you are. You still need to have the conversation so that you can know exactly what you need to do. No judgment zone. And I think that's a big thing too. If we can just, touch on that. People don't want to be judged. They don't want to be judged of, what they do, how they spend their money. I'm not here to do that. I am here to give you some constructive criticism in regards to, hey, if you look like me, I'm gonna talk to you like Amy talked to you. Look, okay, now that you don't need to be doing that, and just to make people feel comfortable, because that's the last thing when people are not in a good place financially. They think they want to be badgered, and no judgment zone. I'm just going to give you some tools that you can use, that you can change your life with. However, it's up to you. It's up to you to make the difference for you and your family, but no judgment zone. So the first thing is just to take action. If anybody was to ask me, I wish that I could have heard this information in my 20s, and even in my late teens when I started working, right? Because time is money, and time is equivalent to money. And so we have to take advantage of time. And most people are losing out on time. The one thing that we can't get back, ladies and gentlemen, is time. Take advantage of it.
That's right. That's right. Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you again for sharing the valuable information. Thank you for taking time out to become a specialist in your industry to share valuable information on how to help us with our finance and to build a better future. And again, you said something so profound. You say, especially with the minority community, like it's like each generation is starting from ground zero, and we have to stop that. We
Right.
have to stop that. We have to become legacy builders, because a wise man builds an inheritance for
Mm,
his children's children. And we have to start that now. And I have to share this story with me being a single mother, and telling my daughter how, we can't spend every single thing. You're going to need things in the future. I'm going to need things in the future. And even after I leave here on earth, you're still going to need finances. So we have to store away some things. We have to cut back on some things. And just showing her that, money is a tool. And
absolutely.
we have to start young, and teach our children at a very young age as well. And you know what? We could get together offline, but we need to do something for the kids, for the teenagers,
Absolutely.
because they don't share this information with them in school how I see fit they ought to when it comes to finances. So we could definitely talk about that offline, but that would be great.
That would be amazing. There's so many tools and things that even our youth can use. And it's just a matter of having the resources. And like I said, maybe the resources weren't available, but there's so many resources that are available today. And I think that parents, educators, even our churches need to really take advantage and put this campaign. I just got back from Mobile, Alabama, and, doing we're going to start doing workshops in the churches there. This is an amazing tool that people can use. It's just not, you guys, it's 88 pages of the basic principles. Trust me, if it can do it for me, it could do it for you.
And guess what, Miss Toni? I know we're about a year in, and I still haven't received my book. I've come and get my book.
Oh my gosh, look, I'm going to have to take you to lunch or something, because you know what? I pulled this book out. I still have my suitcase here at my home office packed with books and things that I took away. I cannot believe that. Angela Cesar, make sure that we get Shakita Davis a book. You got to get your books. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. But let me tell you something. Timing is everything. Timing is everything.
And so you know what? Right now is the perfect time. I definitely need it. So I will be looking forward to my book. Looking forward to the campaigns. And just a question. I know you want individuals to reach out to you. Mm-hmm. And when they reach out to you, is that where you can show them how to attend the free workshops?
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to send that to you. Please put it on Melanated Mind Network. There's a link. You guys just register for the link. When I say who invited you, say your girl Toni Sanders invited you, and take the workshops. There's 6 amazing workshops. There's even a Social Security workshops. You can invite anybody with any language. There's no language barriers, because look, I learned today that Zoom has it where you can be able to change the language. I'm like, wait a minute, this is amazing. So everybody can attend these workshops. Everybody needs to attend them as many times as you want until you have a better understanding about your money. And then please, again, sit down, have a conversation. Knowledge is power, but it's the implementation of the knowledge is even more powerful. So at that time, then you're going to need a strategy. Let me help you fill in the holes and gaps that are in your plan. Do you know where you are? Do you know how much money you need to retire? What's your risk tolerance? Are you conservative? If you're moderate, are you moderately aggressive? Are you aggressive in your when you're doing your investments? You got to know where you are. You got to know, if you're on track to retire, and most people aren't. I'm going to be honest. Most people do not have even $400 saved for an emergency, and we have to change that. We have to change that, and where that starts is with the education.
Yes, absolutely. So again, Melanated Minds Network, thank you for ending Financial Literacy Month with us and Toni Sanders on her birthday. You can follow her online on all platforms at Toni Sanders. You all have a great evening. I just wanted to share some information with you all. Ms. Toni, again, thank you for being on here tonight. And we look forward to having you on in the future with the Melanated Minds Network.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you soon.
Yes. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Yes, so as we are finishing Financial Literacy Month, you all, we know next month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is huge for the Melanated Minds Network. You all are going to hear from the founder, Dr. Shamara Hutchins, on May 2nd. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you are inviting individuals to be a part of our Facebook group. Invite, share, and share. You do not want to miss the amazing segment that's going to take place on next Thursday as we start to celebrate Mental Health Awareness Month. So make sure you share this video. If you're listening to the replay, comment replay as well. Again, have a great night. Thank you for being a part of our community. We're looking forward to growing and connecting with each and every one of you. And again, this is a network just for us.
Melanated Minds bring together men and women on a Melanated Minds journey to embrace self-love and empowerment through understanding and taking care of their mind, body, and soul. Melanated Minds is an exclusive community that uplifts and supports one another. The network made for us. Join the Melanated Minds Network